Hey everyone, I am Dr. Mrinalini Garg. I am a leadership coach for South Asian women. One of the commonest conundrums that my clients have is to stay in the job or to leave. And I created this Loom video to walk you through how to make that decision because a lot of women feel confused, when is the right time to leave a job or look for something else. And the problem is that they are either too quick to leave or they waste years staying in that same position, and it is really frustrating not knowing when to move on. So I'm going to walk you through a few challenges that women face, especially South Asian women face when it comes to their career. First of all, most South Asian professional women, they are highly educated, they are brilliant, they are hardworking, they are very sincere, and they take on more and give more, but they find themselves stuck in the same position for years. So, the commonest reason why South Asian women want to leave a job is lack of recognition. And you probably know this, right? If you're putting in all the hard work and you're not getting the recognition, you start wondering whether to leave or stay, or continue to wait and hopefully get that promotion. My goal here is that I want to give you that clarity so that you're not relying on hope that things will change. I want you to take things in your control, in your hands, and make that decision yourself. So I'm going to make this side note later also, but let me just put it out there. You should always be career ready. Companies are not loyal to you. As soon as it becomes inconvenient for them to keep you, they're going to just let you go, and they are not responsible for your progress, your career growth, your ambitions, your dreams. You are. So you must always be looking out for opportunities frequently. And if you're in that job for more than 4 or 5 years, you've just stayed too long. So this is just a short answer, but it's not an easy answer. So stay with me, hang with me here, and you will get crystal clear on whether you should stay in your job or whether you should leave. So let's dive in. So like I said, South Asian women and immigrant women in general, I must say, they work really hard because first of all, as immigrants, we don't take things for granted. We have had, a lot of us have had a hard time back at home, limited resources, and it's just we have a lot more appreciation for things, compared to many people who are native to these other countries. So so South Asian women, they are hardworking, and they will go above and beyond to take on more. They help their colleagues, even teach them concepts and things. And the frustrating part is that these colleagues get promoted while the South Asian women, they stay stuck. It's very sad. And they are confused, wondering, why am I not getting the credit? Why is someone else getting that promotion? And they spend some time trying to figure out. In the meanwhile, they will try to get some more certifications, more trainings, maybe an MBA too. But even then, the needle just does not shift for them in the right direction for their career. But that's not a good enough reason to leave. And hear me out why. So, the common feedback South Asian women get from their bosses is to be more assertive. So, when South Asian women go to their bosses and ask for that promotion, that's the feedback that they get. Oh, work on your communication skills. Just work on your leadership skills. Be more assertive. And the thing is that it's great feedback, but Nobody explains you what does it mean to be assertive, what does it mean to build your leadership skills. Excuse me. And the problem is that, culturally, South Asian women are everything but assertive, right? They believe that their work will speak for itself. They don't need to show off or market themselves, and that exactly is the reason why women don't get promoted. That is the problem. So here's the thing: being assertive or speaking up is not the same as showing off or marketing yourself. It's different. That's a misconception. So it really isn't about showing off. And I want to walk you through an example. When you are when you are talking about your project, you are basically stating facts. If you are sharing all the details about it, what generally happens is the boss gets, beautiful slide decks, or beautiful reports, amazing data from these women who have worked their butt off to get that information. They had put out a lot of fires. They were dealing with some people who were not willing to give their all, and many times these women have had to work themselves because they were the only ones who were qualified, or and if others were qualified, they just plainly say no to doing the work. So these women take it on, and then they work hard. Sometimes, they are spending sleepless nights, working on that project, or working on the weekends, um, completing that project, and they go above and beyond to meet the deadline, even crash the deadline. So when they go meet with their boss, all that the boss sees is that beautiful slide deck or that beautiful report that they have created. The boss has no idea what went on behind. Now, here's the thing: a lot of South Asian women assume that, oh, the boss knows. The boss knows that this is a critical project and how difficult it has been, and they should know. But here is the problem: you cannot function from assumption. Because you just have to start from the boss knows nothing about all the work that you have put in. You have to just assume that, and you have to basically lay out the whole thing. Now, of course, you're not complaining and whining, but you're basically stating the facts. How you had to put all those fires out and describe what those fires were. And you're not going in trying to prove yourself that you did all of this, but you're just stating it as a matter of fact. These were the three big challenges that came up while I was working on this. There were these two stakeholders who were difficult to work with, and you had to negotiate to make sure that they got on board and gave you the information that was needed, or how that particular process was broken down, and how you had to first fix that before you could move forward on this project. And how some people were just not qualified or trained enough to do that job or do that task, and how you had to take it on. Because if your boss does not know all of this, how will they know what all went into creating that project, or creating that report, or creating that deliverable? You have to talk about it. Now, this is not bragging. This is not showing off. This is just stating the facts. And I will basically share this with you. For a lot of us, doing this work is not a big deal. For us, it's like it's part of the job. Let me just eliminate all the roadblocks that are coming along the way, and let me just fix it. I don't need to sit and talk about all of this. But if you don't talk about what all you're doing, how will your boss know? If you're in meetings and you're not talking about how you went above and beyond to make this happen, how will anyone know that? How will you build that executive presence? How will people know what you're capable of and what you have done to implement that idea or accomplish that project? Then the other thing that I also want to point out is that so women go above and beyond. They're putting all this effort and they get those data, they create those slides, and then they just give it to the boss or to their peers. And then they go and make the presentations to leadership. So who gets the spotlight? The boss gets the spotlight. And not all bosses are, great at giving the credit to whom it belongs. They might not even mention your name. They might not even tell that you were the one who was leading this project. So if you're doing the work and if you're not presenting the work, how will anyone in the organization know what you do? And what is executive presence? Executive presence is your presence, telling and showing people what you're capable of, what you have done, what you have accomplished. So if you're not doing these presentations, if you are not speaking up, nobody will know. And it is not your boss's responsibility to teach you how to be assertive. It is not their responsibility to, um, you know, to teach you, you know, like it's not your boss's responsibility to help you become a leader. It really is not. They're they only groom those who they see the potential in. But if you are constantly working behind the scenes, you are hiding behind work, you're not seen, they are not going to do the work to help you first become visible and then groom you to become the leader and get to that next level. They are going to groom somebody who already seems ready, somebody who is visible, somebody who's unafraid to talk, somebody who's unafraid to ask for making that presentation, unafraid to say no to the things they don't want to do, assert their ideas. If the boss does not see this already in you, it is a lot of work for the boss to groom you to that next level. So the boss picks the one who is already ready, who's speaking up, who's unafraid to be visible, who's unafraid to talk, who shows up instead of just hiding behind the work, and that person gets promoted to that next level. So before you switch jobs, it's important to assess, make an assessment. Are you that person who is showing up? Are you that person who is speaking up? Are you that person who seems confident? Are you that person who seems like leadership material? Because if you're not going to get promoted, unfortunately. If hard work were the answer, you know, the laborers, right, they would be the ones who would have become CEOs of companies, right? The actual hard working people, generally you will see all the hard work is done at, the frontline level. So you want to ask yourself how you are really showing up in the workplace. And that really needs you to build that confidence, know how to advocate for yourself, make those connections where you are visible, you are heard, where leaders know you not just for your name, but they actually know how capable you are, which is what we teach in our Unshackled Career Woman program. We help women really unleash their inner leader. And this is the thing that I have seen with South Asian women. And I have made these same mistakes, but now I know, what it means to be visible. When you're talking about your project, how to talk about it, like I mentioned earlier, you're not only talking about what you have accomplished, but how you have accomplished, how to take the ownership for the project that you're working on. How are you showing up in those one-on-one meetings? Are you just going there and asking for help or just giving updates? Or are you actually excitedly talking about all the things that you have done so the boss knows? Are people that you're working with, are they sending emails to your boss telling how helpful you have been, how great you have been on that project, and how you have made their job easier? If that is not happening, then you are really just hiding behind work. And if you are hiding behind work, you will not get the recognition. And if you're not getting the recognition, you will become resentful. You will not feel motivated to go to work, even though that is your area of interest. And you might feel like, oh, I am introverted, and or you worry that your English is not good enough, or you have an accent, or you're just simply afraid of speaking up. You might have all those things, but the thing is that if you have if you have migrated to a different country, and if it's an assertive corporate culture, whether you like it or not, speaking up is going to be a key thing. And no, the conventional leadership programs or public speaking trainings, that is not going to help you. You will really need to understand, culturally, right, how you have been brought up. Your values of humility, they are going to come in the way. So how to nurture them, at the same time not play small in the workplace. It's important to learn that, which is why I created my program for South Asian women, because I get it. I get the culture. I also get it, how we don't want to step on anybody's toes, how we don't want to sever any relationship. I know all of that, and there is a way to communicate. And I created this special method called Bindas Bowl method, where you're speaking up, with confidence. You're asserting, but you're also not losing yourself, and you're influencing and um, getting ahead in your career. So, if you're interested, I would be happy to chat with you. You can go to www.unshackledcareerwoman.com/call, and let's hop on a call. We can actually change that for you. Because here's the thing, if you're not assertive, you don't know how to have that executive presence, and if you switch jobs, guess what's going to happen? After the first few months of the honeymoon period, you're again going to feel sidelined. You're again going to feel like nobody really cares, nobody knows you. You feel unheard. You will feel you're lonely, you're alone. Nobody's supporting you, nobody's backing you. So switching jobs is an easy thing, but that is not always the right answer. Of course, when you switch jobs, you will earn more, but earning more many times does not give you that satisfaction. So, what I want for my clients is that they are confident, they're assertive, and they're earning more. They are not switching jobs because they want to run away from a certain situation, because they are going to end up in that same situation in that new job also. So use your existing job as a petri dish to build your leadership skills, and make that ask that you want to make to get promoted, to ask for a raise, to get on more highly visible, juicy projects. And if that's not happening, then it's time to just say that, okay, I am done. I'm done. I'm leaving because I'm not appreciated here. And you shouldn't work for any company where you are not appreciated. So don't just quickly jump in and switch jobs just because you're not getting the recognition. Learn to show up as a leader, learn to be that leader, and then make that ask. And if it's still not working out, then yeah, just leave. Just leave. Okay, so like I said, this is very important. I need you to know that companies are not going to be loyal to you. I tell my clients, marry to your ambition, not to the company, not to your job. And companies are not responsible for your career growth. They are interested in their own bottom line. They're not interested in you. It is your responsibility to grow, to achieve that career growth that you want to have. Use your skills, use your expertise to help that company solve their problems. And if you're not getting credit for all the work that you're doing, make that ask powerfully. And even then, if they don't give you that credit, if they don't give you that recognition, then don't wait another minute. It's time to leave. So I hope this was helpful and gave you some clarity on when to leave and when to stay. And if you are interested in getting coached on how to speak up, how to be assertive, how to have an executive presence, then schedule a complimentary call with me at www.unshackledcareerwoman.com/call, and let's make it happen. And I'm going to type, well, I guess I cannot type here, but it's, oh, I can type www.unshackledcareerwoman.com/call. Let's hop on a call and let's change your career trajectory. Don't be in that limbo because that's the worst place to be in. I have been there, done that. It's not fun. So let's talk. Take care. Bye. Oh, and um, drop a comment if this resonated with you. Do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Take care. Bye.